one last fan question before we get back to everything else. This is from Dexter Montana on YouTube, and he said, I subscribed originally for Tim Storm. Thank you for that. You all discussed the evolution of wrestling with lucha in Japan influence, but one thing you didn't cover was hardcore wrestling, deathmatch wrestling, and backyard wrestling. Tim was wrestling during the peak of backyard wrestling when it became really popular. That was what, like 99, 2000, I think. Did he see much of it in Texas? I think at that point you were still in Arkansas. I could be mistaken of the timeline.
Let's see. This is 22. I think I had moved here.
Okay.
Yes, backyard specifically. I was fortunate that I don't know. It's there's two trains of thought on that. It's like I remember there was a time when some of the local promoters, bigger promoters here, we're trying to put together maybe I don't know, a council and say, let's get, I'll use myself, but it wasn't aimed at me at the time. Don't lend your name to make a backyard promotion, because by doing that, you're lowering not your personal value, but your value to my promotion.
Mm.
The other side of that is, okay, that's great, but you're not booking me, constantly. If
Yeah.
I can make money when I go there, then shouldn't I do that? So I was fortunate that I was booked pretty regularly with some really really good promotions, and still most of them I still have relationships with. As far as hardcore and all that kind of stuff, we hit on at least this term, different flavors of ice cream.
Absolutely.
Some people love that. I never really considered it hardcore, but I guess looking back on it, we were I told you that when I first came to Texas, we got involved with PCW, Professional Championship Wrestling, in a group with Lance Archer Hoyt as our leader, and we were very very dark. Believe it or not, I don't think I've ever been. I wouldn't be considered goth, but it was a really dark group called the Dark Circle, and our trademark was blowing fire when we came in, and it was very much a very tables, and it was a very violent style. And I look back now and go, that was pretty hardcore. But at the time, I was like, okay, we're just being physical, and we know we're big heels, and that's what we do. So, hey, different flavors of ice cream. If you love it, you love it. If you don't, that's okay.
Absolutely. And I mean, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, did you ever see a lot of Memphis when you were younger? I mean, I know in retrospect you have, but
Yeah,
because I mean, that's where before ECW, the hardcore style in the United States was really a Memphis thing. You had the
yeah.
Moondogs and everyone going crazy with the concession stand brawls. So,
I only laugh. Man, who was I'm drawing a blank, but I did a oh, okay. Josephus and I
you know,
did an empty arena match for the NWA at Impact, and we really tried to give a kind of a nod to the greats, and the that that particular one we were not able to, because they didn't want us to break the popcorn machine and all that kind of stuff, and they were afraid that we would if we got back there. I got Memphis every Saturday morning, and I grew up watching a lot of that. And you blowing fire or throwing fire and all those kind of things. Look back now, pretty violent.
yeah.
I mean, hardcore now, but yeah, I loved Memphis wrestling.
Very cool. And thank you for submitting questions, guys. I know it was pretty last minute. I don't know if for future interviews I'll be doing it any sooner. It's sometimes we have to reschedule last minute. People get busy, things come up. So I'm always careful about doing it. And I have a habit of going long on these things. So sometimes I don't even have time for questions. But thank you guys for that. And thank you for answering them. Now I'll get to the notes.